This is TNC Movie Nights, and the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer came out last night, so we're ready to talk about it today. Spoiler warning, if you don't want any sort of information about the movie or just the Marvel Cinematic Universe, there are a lot of potential spoilers we're going to talk about here, just kind of what was shown in the trailer. I'll reference kind of a little bit of comic book stuff, so if you don't want to know that stuff, I would, as much as I hate to say, I would not listen, don't watch this one. Using a good old reverse psychology. But Alex, how have you been doing? I see you're in the van, still making some progress. You got some pretty flowers back there.
Yep, they're fake. Just like the trees that were in the windows, they're fake. Zara found a really good deal on them, and we figured why not make the van look nice. But we're inching ever closer. We are leaving in 2 days, so that's when we'll be officially done. So no more I'm tired from the van, but I'm very tired from the van. It's actually why we missed last week. We took a week off because everything was just hectic schedules, chaos, everything. So a journey's coming to an end, hopefully, and then a new journey is starting. But yeah, I'm sleepy. I'm a sleepy bear. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm just so excited to talk Spider-Man today. I was doing some event stuff last night with my Pokemon stuff I do, and then the trailer dropped, and I was like, all right, everyone, I need to take about 20 minutes. I need to go watch this and enjoy it, and I definitely did enjoy it. There was a lot of great things we got to see in the trailer. It seems like this movie picks up right from Far From Home, and yeah, there's just so much to say. Alex, so what were the first kind of thoughts you had from watching the trailer?
Well, I had like one good and one bad thought. First, I was super pumped just to see them rolling with the Peter Parker reveal, and how that's going to be like kind of the start of the multiverse for them, because we've already seen it in the TV shows a little bit, but then seeing Doctor Strange basically opening up the multiverse kind of accidentally because Spider-Man was screwing up the spell or whatever. I think that's going to be super cool to see that sort of breakdown, almost like Into the Spider-Verse style, where it's just like, oh no, something went wrong and everything is open and everything's coming in, because that worked so well for that one. I'm excited to see just that formula again. But I am a little bit worried because we always talk about movies that have the conflict coming from something that doesn't need to be the conflict. And okay. I'm a little worried that this whole Ned and MJ don't know that Peter Spidey thing is gonna be a big focal point of the movie. Because like we've seen that already. We saw the drama of Ned finding out in the first one, and then MJ finding out in the second one, and that was great. And then to do that all over again when you have all of these conflicts that you're also introducing, just seems like it's gonna be not really a waste, but just kind of like get back to the actual conflict. We don't need an hour and a half of this movie to be, my friends don't know that I'm him, and I don't know how to tell them. We've already seen it. So I'm a little worried, but I'm trusting of Marvel to not have that be the majority of the movie. A little bit's fine, because you just have to have that in there.
I have good news for you, potentially. I mean, if they follow with what they do in the comics, realistically, this, because they did this in the comics, the whole spell thing, trying to get people to forget, and then for some people to remember, like they did some things to it. But for people to remember it, this is more repressing their memory of it. So if he tells them, they're just going to be like, oh yeah, that's right, like I know you're like, so it shouldn't be like a super like he has to re-explain it and go over it and show them all that kind of stuff again, or they'll freak out about it. It'll just kind of unlock that memory bank for them. If they, of course, follow what they did in the comics, which maybe they don't. Maybe they don't tell everyone that he's Spider-Man and no one knows he's Spider-Man anymore. Maybe. We'll have to see, of course, for little things like that. But I agree, the whole Spider-Verse, Multiverse opening up for this movie is really exciting. There's a lot of little things that I think you'll miss if you just watch the trailer even 5 times, realistically. I watched some breakdown videos to kind of help me find everything. And one of the first things I noticed, there's a point where Peter's kind of getting interrogated, and they're, you have a guy in a suit talking to him like, oh, so like the drones are yours, and then you have another scene, the next scene, of like someone slamming these documents and papers down, and what it feels like the first time watching is you see Peter reading stuff in a like I can't think of the proper term for it, but a confidential like report, and then you see someone slam some stuff down. It made it feel like that moment is very like, oh, we're interrogating, like, look, these, like, it's this and this, like, how can you prove this? I think that's actually Daredevil. Oh goodness, I can't think the actual the real person. Well, I would say the actual something Cox, the guy that plays him. But yeah, Matt Murdock. That's him actually doing it, and it's not like him slamming things down. It's more just him like putting everything.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and
here to represent my client.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a lot of like, here's the information we got to go through, and he's just plopping it on the table. There's another, just after that, there's a scene where you see Peter, I think he's actually like in a suit, and you see something behind him, and it like reaches for him, and it's like invisible. Lizard, that's Lizard from the Amazing Spider-Man universe. Then there's a part where you see some lightning coming out of the sky, and you see some like almost smoke. It looks like it's sand, is what everyone I've gone through so far has been saying. So they've confirmed it looks like Lizard. Of course, Electro, which he has been officially confirmed in here for Jamie Foxx. And then you also have Sandman. I'm assuming that'll be Sam Raimi's, hopefully the same guy, to play him as well. So that's... Oh yeah, he was fantastic. So you have... I actually want to get into that a little bit too. Something that I saw, and apparently them coming into this universe is right when they died. So them dying brings them to this universe. So the reason they're all wanting to kill Peter is because he killed them, or that's what they believe, with Green Goblin. We also saw Green Goblin's bombs. So it's really interesting to kind of see what they do there with that.
Does Doc Ock look kind of wet, or is it just not aging well?
I was going to say, because it looks like they did the age technology for him. That's what it definitely seems like, because Alfred Molina, he definitely has aged quite a bit since that movie, so it definitely seemed like he did some...
It's been like 15 years at least.
20. I think it has been officially 20 years now. I think it came out in 2001. Yeah.
God. But yeah, imagine like if they had to bring back all of the actors. Like if we were in it. Just like 6-year-old me to now trying to be a 6-year-old. Just like...
Yeah, exactly. So we got a glimpse of all of them, and this is what I wanted to bring up, that I actually haven't seen anyone say this yet, and it just kind of clicked with me. If that is the case, that all of them, it's what the moment they died, and that's what's like, having them, I guess, come back and stuff. I don't, because we see Sandman fighting Electro, it almost looks like. And I haven't seen the Sam Raimi with Sandman in it in quite some time. And I don't remember how he died, but I know in the comics, the way he dies is a very, like, almost heartwarming moment, and I'm almost thinking, like, is Sandman, like, fighting against Electro to, like, protect Spider-Man or something? Because we see Spider-Man in the bottom right corner swinging away. And I don't know, that just clicked with me. So I'm kind of curious about that, too. I forgot how Sandman...
Yeah, they did kind of, like, clear the air and just be like...
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a bad guy. He's like, you're right, you did something bad, but I forgive you. Like, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm remembering for it. And I thought maybe I'm wrong, because it's been a while since I've seen that movie, probably like 5 years at least. So I'm curious that they're going to kind of play that into it at all. And but yeah, we have like 5 Spider-Man villains: Sandman, Electro, Spider-Man. Oh wow, Spider-Man. Geez, Lizard, Doc Ock, and Green Goblin, like all confirmed. That's 5. I've heard some rumors apparently that Rhino might be in this too, so we might have a Sinister Six, or maybe Mysterio really didn't die, and he could be it because he is kind of the catalyst to all of this. It'll be wild though if we get like an official Sinister Six in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And then if they do that, the end credit teaser is going to be them not dead, getting together, being like, okay, maybe next time we do this together. And then in 6 months we're going to get a Sinister Six, like poster artwork, and it's going to be freaking May of 2026 or whatever.
I'd be super down with that. I'm trying to think who else they could possibly bring in here. Maybe Scorpion, because we have seen him. It could be Vulture. There's been a lot of characters they have introduced, so maybe they kind of go that route as well. But yeah, no, I'm definitely excited to really see where they go with this, because there's so many options. I would love the end credit scene have something to do with Venom. I really would.
That would be have that so be the introduction of Venom into the MCU.
Well, like, because
they've see the black suit Spider-Man in there for a minute.
Yeah, like the black and gold suit, which I've also seen some stuff. Apparently, that suit is, what is the proper term for it? Like, encrypted with Doctor Strange magic, where Spider-Man will actually get to use some forms of magic.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how I felt about that, because that's definitely really different from anything else we've seen so far.
Is there any precedent for that in the comics?
I'll be honest, it's probably on the newer end of stuff for me, and I've fallen off the kind of newer wave of stuff over the last few years, so I don't know. I haven't gone super into detail with that yet. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be really weird to possibly see where they go with it. It could work out really well, I think, though. And yeah, there's just so much. There's so much for us to possibly get from this movie.
Yeah. I'm excited for this. All right. Kind of similar to what I was saying. What's one thing that you're like really excited for, and the one thing you're kind of worried about for this?
The one thing I'm really worried about is something we've complained about in the last Spider-Man movies. The third one, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2. The problems in both those movies are too many villains. Too much going on. They didn't give any of them enough screen time, it felt. It was just kind of like, I'm trying to think of the first one. It was Venom, I think Sandman.
Yep, and Hobgoblin.
Thank you, and Hobgoblin, that's right. That just shows, like, I couldn't even remember the third villain in one of my favorite franchises of, like, all time, my favorite character of all time. It's just there was too much going on. And then in Amazing Spider-Man 2, we got Electro, we got Rhino for a little bit, and then we got the Hobgoblin in a sense again, or Green Goblin, however they want to use that one there. So yeah, it gets messy, and they're already confirming right now that definitely Electro, Green Goblin, and Doc Ock are in the movie. There's real heavy speculation, and for what we got in the trailer, that Lizard and Sandman are going to be in it. That's 5. That's 2 more than we've ever seen, and the 3 always get messy. So that is a big concern for me. But at the same time, that's kind of the excitement. Can they do it right is a big thing I'm kind of thinking. If they can do it right, that will really bring the Spider-Man universe into a great realm. And I've also been seeing some stuff that Disney right now is trying to buy the rights to all the Spider-Man characters again.
Yep.
That would give them a lot more freedom.
It was that classic Justice League meme of like Batman talking to Superman. How'd you get the house back from the bank? I bought the bank.
Yeah.
He's like, how'd you get Spider-Man from Sony? I bought Sony.
Yeah, I'm all for it. What is one thing that you want to see in this movie really bad? It could be something funny, could be a little something in the film. For example, the one that I'm really waiting for, give us the Spider-Man meme of like like all 3 of them.
Yeah.
That would be great. Disney is very self-aware, and it would be cool to see that. Just give us some area where we see all, because I'm also hearing that all 3 of them are officially in the movie, but we'll wait and see, of course. Give that meme to me. Give us each of them looking at each other. That'd be amazing.
That would be really good. I just want to see them all together, because I think that could be a way to kind of get around the too many villains thing. So if you have like the 5 villains, but you have 3 Spideys, that would be really sweet, because then you could have like this awesome, almost like those Marv production movies like Kingsman and Kick-Ass and stuff. They have the killer fight scenes.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see just a not broken up shot, just a long continuous shot of one fight scene of all three Spideys just like swooping in across and a bunch of baddies. Just like having Tobey
really
Maguire
sweet.
wing kick Doc Ock, and then like Tom Holland webs up the Green Goblin, and I would love to see them all have like one very obvious, very on purpose center of the shot hit on their baddie, and then a new baddie, like having hit Tobey Maguire kick Doc Ock out of the way, and then he webs up like Electro, and then having Tom Holland just you know what I mean. Just
yeah.
One shot on their guy and then one shot on a new guy. That would be sweet.
Man,
but any
that.
sort of like Clash of the Titans moment would be so cool.
There's a lot. I mean, Disney hasn't like. I guess my big thing is, well, like Disney hasn't given us anything to be like, I don't know how I feel about Spider-Man yet. They've done everything really right with him. Where I think for the Amazing Spider-Man's, Andrew Garfield is honestly before this was my favorite because I loved his quippiness was great, but the Peter Parker aspect was kind of weak. I felt there were some things there I was like, and then Tobey Maguire, I thought he was an incredible Peter Parker, and his Spider-Man I thought was a little weak. It wasn't as quippy, it wasn't as on brand comedy that I was really wanting. So there were some things that I had like a little question marks about throughout those Spider-Man films, and I'm hoping because I haven't had any question marks, they just knock this out of the park. And it is Disney this time. It's not Sony. It's not just Sony. So
Imagine if they have Miles Morales in this too.
Oh my god, give me that end credit scene. Give me a little it's like it's something of like you see another little like bend in time, and it's just another universe we get to go into, and it's don't even give me Miles Morales, give me freaking Spider-Ham, dude. Oh my god, give that to me, and it's live action somehow, please.
Oh my god.
I want a little snippet of I just want to see like a little timeline being broken and like shattering or something, and it's another multiverse kind of thing we're getting a little snippet of. And it's just a quick little shot of like Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noir, all the different Spider-Mans just popping up in the universes. Oh my god, please. John Watts,
we
call
hear
me.
all of them, and then you get the Spider-Verse, like the comic book glitchiness that they had, and then the Spider-Ham hammer falls out, and that's it. But you just hear the Spider-Verse guys all talking, and then it's just little hammer. So much. All right, what's the release date of this? Because I gotta know how long I gotta hold out for.
Christmas, I think. I'm almost
not that far away.
Yeah, because I know it kept saying Christmas on the banner. The official release date is December 17th, actually.
That's not that far away.
Yeah.
So excited.
Whew. This is gonna be. This is gonna break some stuff. I really think it might.
Let's hope it breaks it in a good.
Yeah.
Also, what if this starts tying in the shows too? Like everyone was talking about in Loki, when they were like at the end and the finale, and then the timekeeper or what did they call him? I know it was supposed to be Kang the Conqueror, the one who I forgot what they called him. Help me out.
I'll see if I can find that. I was really just going off of King the Conqueror.
Whatever they called him, it was Kang, and he was sitting there, and then he did that kind of like, like something happened. I thought it was like the WandaVision thing, and it was Wanda opening up. What if they tie into that being Doctor Strange's doing, and that's like, or maybe both of them or something, and it brings something into the fold. We don't need to have another villain or another hero, but just a nod that this is a continuation of a multiverse breakdown that is already happening.
Yeah, I really am hoping, kind of what you just said there, that this is, the WandaVision moment, because we saw people sync up that scene with Loki, and it worked perfectly, and I hope this also has like some sort of little cool time sync with what Doctor Strange does. I think that'd be really cool. maybe that's why that scene kind of goes on for so long, you know, the oh, don't interrupt me, all that kind of stuff, because maybe it times perfectly with that moment, and everything is just all about timing right now, and it's all these little multiverse, like just all the timeline breaks that creates the multiverse, because it's not just one person, it's all these things happening. You know, for all we know, when Ant-Man comes out with the quantum realm, maybe there's a time up there too, so
that'd be some real
so
Kevin
much
Feige shit right there.
Oh, it would be. Yeah, he's incredible at doing that kind of stuff, and maybe we're giving him too much credit at this point, because we're doing some things that is like way.
He's not the only one that makes the movies.
Oh, I'm not even just saying that, but this would be like so. Like they do some really great stuff on like little teasers and all that kind of stuff they do throughout the movies, but if they somehow wrapped all of this to a time moment in Loki, the TV show, like, goodness, that'd be wild.
Well, I guess we'll find out week before Christmas. But until then, Brandon, tell the people where they can find us.
Yes, the people can find us at thenerdchambers.com, where all of our shows do go up on there. YouTube, Spotify, all the good links there. And if you want to reach out to us as well, it's just TNC Movie Nights, all of our different social media platforms. If you have a show idea, a movie you want us to review, let us know. And, of course, if you want to support the show, get some merch. We're both wearing our hoodie shirts, I think. Yeah, we are.
Yep.
Penguin and the Nerd Chambers logo. I know, it's... I just wanted to throw this one on. I'm wearing long sleeve and shorts. I feel very awkward right now. So, but yeah, it's been a good time. I'm super excited for this movie. Let us know what you're looking forward to in the movie in the comments, or if you're on Spotify, just tweet at us or whatever you want to do. But until next time, we're going to be reviewing Free Guy for the episode later this week. But see you then.